Everyone, welcome to the show. I have very consequential updates to share in regard to Donald Trump's attempted coup and the classified document investigation. It's been another bad week for Donald Trump, and it just makes my bird twitch. So, first, it's been reported that the Justice Department prosecutors believe that they have sufficient evidence to charge Trump with obstruction of justice. This is according to anonymous sources, so no one has confirmed from the Department of Justice officially, but these were people who spoke with Bloomberg News. However, these sources say that the investigators haven't yet made a formal recommendation to the Attorney General, and supposedly some of these investigators are concerned about the political ramifications of charging Trump. But they point out that the ultimate decision will fall on Attorney General Merrick Garland. So we'll see, does he mean this whole without fear or favor line, or is it just BS? Does he mean it when he says that no man is above the law? And as I've shared with you guys, I think this is the most clear-cut case against him in regard to the classified documents. In any case, the sources confirm that nothing will happen prior to the midterms, and most likely it wouldn't even happen until after Christmas because they want to review all of the documents first. And as things stand, the special master won't be complete with his work until December 16th. Speaking of the special master, during a phone conference about that case, about that part of the case, Judge Geary kind of put the screws to Trump's legal team to prove his claims of privilege over some documents. So evidently, the lists that they've given to Judge Geary provide little to no detail about why they should be considered privileged and kept away from the DOJ. So he said, quote, "It's a little perplexing as I go through the log. What's the expression? Where's the beef? I need some beef." So the judge also called them out for claiming that one document was both Trump's personal property and protected by executive privilege. It can't be both because executive privilege is assigned to presidential records and Trump is no longer the president. So that document, if it falls under executive privilege, would belong to the government. In addition, Judge Geary pressed them to provide names of attorneys involved in documents that they're attempting to shield and say that they fall under attorney-client privilege. And he questioned why some documents, which involve third parties, should be shielded by attorney-client privilege. If something's been reviewed and there's by a third party's been brought in on it, obviously you're not trying to keep it hidden or keep it between you and your attorney. So anyway, he also pointed out that although it was believed that there were 200,000 pages of material to review, in actuality, there's only 21,792. Still a lot, but not anywhere near what it was. And so now on to the huge news regarding Trump's attempted coup. As you all know, Attorney John Eastman has been fighting to try to keep some of his emails and other documents out of the hands of the January 6th Select Committee. I recently shared that they caught him falsely claiming attorney-client privilege over some of those communications. So the committee went back to the judge and said, hey, we've realized that he's been telling little falsehoods, little lies here and there about these documents. We want to see the rest of them. And there were something like almost 300 documents in question still. So U.S. District Judge David Carter reviewed the documents, the emails, and he just ordered Eastman to relinquish more documents. And he said that the documents show evidence of a crime. Gee, I wonder why Eastman didn't want to hand those over. So here's the deal. Eastman, along with others, represented Trump in some of those 60-plus election fraud fairy tale lawsuits. Judge Carter found that in one of those lawsuits, Trump, quote, signed a verification swearing under oath that the election fraud numbers that they were presenting in this document were, quote, true and accurate or believed to be true and accurate to the best of his knowledge. However, the judge said, quote, the emails show that President Trump knew that the specific numbers of voter fraud were wrong, but continued to tout those numbers both in court and to the public. The court finds that these emails are sufficiently related to and in furtherance of a conspiracy to defraud the United States. So the judge ruled that 33 additional emails must be provided to the January 6th committee. And even though 8 of these documents contain communication between Trump and his attorney, meaning Eastman or Eastman and others, they fall under the crime fraud exception rule. So that means that those emails contain evidence of crimes being committed. So they are not privileged. You cannot shield those. Judge Carter also said that 4 out of the 8, quote, demonstrate an effort by President Trump and his attorneys to press false claims in federal court for the purpose of delaying the January 6th vote. And he went on to say, quote, irrespective of the merits, the primary goal of filing is to delay or otherwise disrupt the January 6th vote. And the judge provided an example. He wrote, quote, President Trump's attorneys state that merely having this case pending in the Supreme Court, not ruled on, might be enough to delay consideration of Georgia. This email, read in context with other documents in this review, make clear that President Trump filed certain lawsuits not to obtain legal relief, but to disrupt or delay the January 6th congressional proceedings through the courts. I mean, at this point, if John Eastman doesn't lose his law license and he and Trump aren't charged with another count of obstruction, in this case, there is no justice in this world. Anyway, so that was the big news. I have a couple of other quick updates to share. Trump tried and failed to move his New York fraud lawsuit to another court. Like I said, he failed, so it's going to remain with the judge who sanctioned him $10,000 a day because he failed to comply with the discovery rules. Then in related news, former Trump advisor Steve Bannon will be sentenced tomorrow. That's on contempt of Congress charges. That was for refusing to comply with the subpoenas that they issued to him to appear before the Select Committee, as well as to hand over certain documents. So the prosecutor is asking for 6 months in jail, even though 2 of the charges levied against him carry a maximum penalty of up to 1 year in prison each. So Bannon is now pleading for leniency, even though he's been on his show pretending to be all tough and, oh, I don't care, I'm going to fight it to the death. I mean, he's such a douche. And he just reminds me of that scene out of Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I'm a loner, Dottie, a rebel. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know how that goes down tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.